The insane hype continues as we explore what episode 50 of the Yugioh Go Rush anime series gave us. So let's not waste any more time and dive straight into things. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today a lot happened in episode 50, so let's go. First off, Yugioh. Now, seeing how menacing this guy has been in the past has been amazing, but right here he's taken things to another level, as once again he uses the Earth Mars power to give Requiem a physical form. Now this should have destroyed Yuna's little spaceship, but oh well. Instead, Yugioh goes in for the kill on Eudice's ship, thus attempting to kill everyone on board. Now this action from Yugioh does a lot of things. Firstly, it shows how the people of Bulgaria can use rush dueling as a tool for war. Secondly, it tells us, the audience, how Yugioh plans on using the Earth Mars, even if it's got a physical form. And thirdly, it creates fear within the Bulgarian army, as they witness Yugioh's brutality. I also liked how throughout the episode, there still lingers this mystery about Yugioh's character, as he kept saying things like, Eudice doesn't understand a thing at all. Now, does this relate to dueling? Or does it relate to Yugioh referring to the enemy that lies ahead? Does Yugioh know of the true terror and power that the other side, who are against Volgear, has at their disposal? And that's why Yugioh had been doing all of this. And if these actions are just a fraction of the raw power that the other side has at their disposal to use against Volgear, then maybe that could be what he's referring to when Yugioh says Yugioh has no idea what he's talking about. In my last review, I mentioned how this duel is a test for Yugioh, both in his dueling ability, but also in his worry/trust of his friends when they're in the piloting monster pods. I liked how this gets addressed within the episode, however. But by the end of this, Yugioh does take control and meets Yugioh on the battlefield. Yugioh is of course in Requiem's and Yugioh in Oblivion's. We saw a flashback on how Yugioh came to learn of rush dueling, and in that flashback he was struggling to think of himself as being a great leader like Yugioh. Now of course we know from previous episodes how much Yugioh respects Yugioh, but in this situation that we have right here, I think Yugioh is actually proving that he can be a great leader, and once the Bulgarians see this, I think they will rally behind him, and Yugioh will be able to lead Volgear down the right road. Returning to that flashback scene though for a minute, we do see the door to the new world once again, located in the Fountain of Souls that all souls of the Bulgarian soldiers go to. A place called Go Rush U. Now this is where Yugioh learned of rush dueling to begin with, and of a man that will bring light to the universe. Now this segment of the episode, the visuals that they use to explain the story that he's reading on the door to the new world are exactly the same visuals straight out of the Seventh book, making another clear link to Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. And I love this. This gives us more lore, it gives us more sort of things to speculate on and connect the dots with, while at the same time keeping a mystery that we still need to learn more about. Now of course we know the Seventh book was created by Otis himself, and we do see a shadowy figure appear in Yugioh's sort of memory when looking at that flashback. So, could that figure standing in front of the door to the new world in Yugioh's mind be Otis? I wonder. Because obviously if Yugioh went to the time period of Go Rush after the duel with Otis, but Otis was also with him, then that would mean they're both in that world, right? And in that time period. So it's possible. So basically there's so many mysteries left to solve, so many more things being added that make us sort of think, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds in the end and learn more about them. Switching over to the other duel now, we see a lot of fan service, and it was hype. I loved it from start to finish again, because Yugioh is summoning 3 ace monsters of his best friends, and having the Luke, Rodian, and Manabu do their summoning chants. This was brilliant. Although I will say that the Primarina Katana chant didn't really sound too great with Rodian's sort of speech patterns that we've got from them. But nevertheless, though, she gets a B for effort, and the summoning of the monsters kind of shows that this is in fact set in the time period where Yugioh went missing after the Otis duel, because Yugioh still has all of his friends' ace monsters. And not only do those aces appear, but we also seen the returns of 7 Gears the Magical Dragon Knight, who honestly I never thought would get to be shown in a duel again, so that was a nice surprise. And speaking of things I didn't expect to see, well, at least for a while, but we get to see Yuhi versus Yugioh. With Danamu down and fading, thanks to Yugioh, Yuhi has stepped up and is putting on an entertaining duel in hopes of bringing Danamu back to a physical form. Now, Danamu was using a combination deck of both Yuhi and Youmuu's cards, which makes sense because he would know Youmuu's cards a lot better, because he used them during the duel against Yuhi in like 3 episodes ago. But Yuhi also used that deck when the Aftermath was inside of Yuhi. Now, when we got the whole Tamabot fusion segment a few episodes back, it helped to kind of foreshadow this, because we saw how the Jointex and the dragons could work together in unison to create a fusion monster, in of course Tamabot Bluetooth Dragon. So I'm really hoping we do see another Jointek and Dragon fusion monster appear within this duel, and that brings the excitement that Danamu needs in order to fully recover and snap Yugioh out of, well, using his power. Nevertheless though, this whole duel segment with Yuhi and Yugioh was just pure fire, pure flames. I loved it. I don't really know if that described it well, but you get what I mean. It was fan servicey, but really, really cool. So what I'm hoping for the next episode is more fusions, more lore about the duel that we get to see, and a better understanding of Yugioh's mindset, because we clearly are not getting a full story with Yugioh. Like, what is that phrase that he keeps saying to Yugioh? Because Yugioh has said that phrase twice now, and we know it's got to be important because it gets brought up in the duel against Yugioh at the start of the series, and now. But we still haven't had a translation. So there's my thoughts on this episode. A really amazing episode with a lot of hype, a lot of energy. So let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think is going to happen. And hit that like button if you enjoyed the review. Subscribe for more things Yugioh. And I hope you have an amazing day. Arigatou, matane, goodbye.